Hello and welcome to Elite Strength and Conditioning Corrective Exercise Session. Today we're going to talk about hamstrings and hip flexors, particularly to help the health of our knees and our lower back. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is what's called a half kneeling hip flexor. Now remember, all of these exercises are designed for self-help, so things you can do at home on your own to continue to help improve your movement, so when you go into the gym and you go do your exercise and things like that on your own, that it's going to help improve everything that you're doing outside of these corrective exercises. So first one, like I said, half kneeling hip flexor. I'm going to take my heel and I'm going to place it a few inches in front of my knee. So if I put my PVC, you can use a broomstick if you're at home. I'm going to put it right at my knee joint, and my heel should sit just in front of that PVC. Okay, I've got that position. I've got my back toe curled underneath, and my chest is up with my hips pressed forward. Now, if you're on kind of a hard surface, you may want to find a pillow or something like that to put underneath your knees so you don't, so you don't get uncomfortable. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to place this bar right here, right in front of my hip, parallel to my knee. And all I'm going to do is press my hip forward, trying to press it as far forward towards this bar as I can. I'm not leaning my chest forward, keeping my chest back, and I'm just pressing my hips forward, hold it for about a second, let it sink in, and then relax. And then press forward, holding, really feel that hip flexors pulling apart, letting that stretch sink in, and then relax. You're going to repeat this for about 10 reps, and then you're just going to switch legs. Once again, taking your time, making sure you set up your position correctly. Your heel is right in front of your knee. You've got your legs positioned, one right in front of the other. And then, once again, other side, taking your time. You can do this back and forth several times. You can even repeat this several times throughout the day. The more you do these kind of things, like I always say, the quicker and the more of a substantial difference you're going to make. Okay? So, once I've done with my hip flexors there, I'm going to move over to my hamstrings. You can use a door frame. There's definitely a place somewhere in your house or your apartment where you can find a door frame where you can do this exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on my back, and I'm going to take one heel and I'm going to position it up on the frame. Now, the farther I scoop my butt away from the floor or away from the wall, the easier this is going to be. If I have really tight hamstrings, I might want to start back quite a ways. Okay? I'm going to start with both my feet up. I've got my knees locked out, my toes curled up towards me. I'm just going to slowly raise my heel down to the ground without letting my knees bend, keeping my toes flexed tight. If I can touch the ground and I don't have a significant stretch in my left leg, I can just scoot a little farther closer to the wall. The closer I scoot in, the tighter this stretch is going to get. So as I lower my right leg down, my left leg should start to get nice and tight there, really stretching my hamstring on my left side, going all the way down and then back up. Nice and slow, knees locked out, toes curled up. Do about 10 reps, and then you would just switch over to the other side or flip around the other way and do the other way, okay? Always take really good care when you're doing these on how you set them up. It's very important not just to do it, but how you do it. Okay, making sure that you're keeping your knees locked out, everything's nice and tight. As you raise your leg up, you're keeping your butt down on the ground. Okay, all these little things are going to help increase the quality of this stretch. All right, so the first time it might feel kind of weird. It will take a few times to get used to it. So practice this. And the more you do it, the more you're really going to be able to sink in and feel this stretch. All right, good luck, and try this at home. Let me know how it goes.